about the president?
I don't follow his policies much, but yeah, I like him as a person and just sort of the figure he is, and the Great White Hope, whatever. He's a confident guy, and we don't have really much white guys that are like him.
Yeah, that's true. Is there anything you don't like about him?
Maybe the abundance of money to Israel. That's about it. I don't know much about him really. So.
Oh, I see.
On the right, we have Sophia. Sophia is 14 years old and has a YouTube channel with almost 1 million subscribers. Sophia is red-pilled and is hosting this stream. On the left, we have Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse is 69 years old and is a conservative radio host, a minister and an author. Sophia just told him that the only thing she doesn't like about Trump is the American taxpayers' money that he gives to Israel. Because Jesse is a big Trump supporter, but mostly because he is a big supporter of Israel and a very, very, very good friend of Jewish organizations, he got triggered, and he will try now to correct Sophia's wrong thinking.
And so you don't think he should be giving money to Israel?
Well, at least not in the amounts right now. It's what is it, like 38 billion or something?
Israel receives $38 billion per decade. That's $3.8 billion per year. But because Trump is a very, very, very big friend of Israel, he recently gave them a raise of $200 million per year. From now on, they will get $4 billion per year. That's $470 per Israeli citizen, or $127 per second. Of course, this will not come out of Trump's pocket, or his daughters, or his son-in-laws, or his casino billionaire friend Sheldon Adelson, who donated millions to his presidential campaign. The US taxpayers will happily pay for it.
And why not?
I think that's just, too much money for the government to toss out, and I don't really support Israel's treatment of Palestine.
Oh, you support Palestine?
Jesse asked, why not? Why give them money, Jesse? They are an extremely wealthy country. Why not give this money to a poor country like Greece? Greece was destroyed by the Goldman Sachs, the Rothschilds and the IMF. And we all know who these people are. You have 6 million Jews in the US, but you also have 6 million Greeks. Our flag is blue and white, their flag is blue and white. Why do you have this preferential treatment of Jews and Israel over Greeks and Greece? At least we Greeks were always your allies. We never bombed one of your ships like Israel did. We never killed American soldiers like they did. We never stole your uranium to build nuclear bombs. So why give them your money?
We spend more money on taking care of women and men who are having out of wedlock children.
Yeah.
On men who are not working. A lot of those men get free money from the government to not have to work. We pay more on illegal aliens coming into our country.
The fact that you give money to American single mothers or unemployed American men or illegal aliens within the US does not justify giving money to an extremely wealthy country in the Middle East. You are talking nonsense, Jesse, and it is a shame because you are 69 years old and a 14-year-old girl makes more sense than you. But I don't believe you're stupid. You have an agenda, and on the top of your agenda is worshipping Israel. And what is really sad is that many people on our side do not see this agenda. Many people on our side think you are our greatest ally and invite you to their shows, when in reality you're just trying to subvert our people. I can see through your mask, Jesse. Your dead facial expressions do not fool me.
We give more money than that to our real enemies around the world.
Again, Jesse, this is not an argument. Stop giving money to your enemies. Stop giving money to illegal aliens. Stop giving money to Israel. Do not use mistakes to justify another mistake. These are childish arguments. You are making a fool of yourself. Stop.
And Israel is our friend,
No, Jesse. Friends, do not bomb your ships and kill your marines. Friends, do not steal your uranium to build nuclear weapons. Friends, do not demand to be compensated for their friendship, especially rich friends. You know who is your real friend, Jesse? Greece is. But I don't see you lobbying for Greece. For some unknown reason, you seem very attached to Israel.
and we've been friends for a long time, and friends tend to look out for one another.
You've been friends with Greece before even Israel was created. I don't see you looking out for Greece. Instead, you give fighter jets to Turkey, which they use to invade our Greek airspace daily. We are a tiny, bankrupt country, constantly threatened by a huge Muslim country, and you give them the weapons. That's not what friends do, Jesse. Why the double standards? Aren't we children of your God? Or aren't we the favorite children?
Yeah, and the Palestinians hate us because they hate all the Christians and Jews, and they believe that we are infidels and worthy of death, and they're willing to do anything to deceive us in order to pretend to be friends in order to destroy us. So we can't trust the Palestinians, we can't trust Muslims at all. So
this is pure hate speech. Saying that Palestinians hate all Christians is a lie. They might hate those who stole their land and those who support financially and militarily their oppressors, but it has nothing to do with religion. It's all about stolen land. You are using religion, Jesse, to spread hate. Imagine if someone said for Israelis and Jews what you said for Palestinians and Muslims, that they hate us and cannot be trusted.
I'd rather trust Israel than to trust the Palestinians at any time.
This is our big difference, Jesse. I wouldn't trust Palestinians or Israelis. I would only trust my people. People with common culture, common roots, common DNA. I feel more connected to an American of Irish descent than to an Israeli. I feel more connected to an Australian of British descent than to a Palestinian. And I feel more connected to a Brazilian of German descent than to an African American.